Hey guys, and welcome to another watch review. Today, I'm very excited. As you can see here, we have incredible Super Luminova. Can you guess the watch? Well, obviously the title gave it away. So with no further ado, let's take a look at what we have today. We have the Omega Seamaster Professional Planet Ocean. So hi, I'm Average Joe, and I provide an average perspective of everyday watches. This here is my Grail watch. This here is a beautiful watch, and as you can see, once again, when we turn the lights off, take a look at that lume. I mean, you've got the pip at the 12 o'clock. You even have Super Luminova on the second hand, on all of the markers. This is an incredible lume that lights up bright. Even when you're going under tunnels or you're in like semi-light. So let me give you semi-light here. This thing still glows. I mean, you can even still see it glowing. It's amazing. So the Super Luminova is the best that I've seen in a watch, but I'm sure there's others out there that rival, if not beat it. But this is the best that I have seen. So let's get off of the luminescence for a second and just go into this beautiful timepiece here. But before I do that, let's do a wrist check. I have the Bulova, I'm sorry, not the Bulova. I have the Breitling Chronomat Blackbird Automatic. Look for that. I just reviewed that today. So look for that after this video here. I did a full review on that one. So take a look at that. So this is a 2012 model. This is a coaxial movement exclusive to Omega. And again, I'm providing a average Joe perspective here, so I'm not going to get too much into that. But take a look at that second hand. I mean, this thing just has a beautiful sweep to it. It's so smooth. The bezel, okay, this thing has 120 click. It's unidirectional, meaning it only goes one way. Let me tell you why they make bezels this way. Okay, so let's just say right now it's just about almost it's going to be 8:50 soon. Okay, so let's just say at 8:50 I want to make a dive, and I only want to do a, let me get a better light here. Let's just say I want to do like a 3-minute dive. Okay, I'm going to set my pip here to 3 minutes. So I'm going to dive right when it reaches 12, and I'm going to have 3 minutes, and then this will remind me to come back up after 3 minutes. So you ask, well, why is it unidirectional? If I am going to manipulate this in any way by accident, if anything, I'm going to decrease time, and therefore it's not going to be a danger to me to decrease time, but it would be if I mistakenly went to the right and increased time thinking that I had 3 minutes, but actually set it to 5, maybe 6 minutes. That could definitely be the difference of life or death. So that obviously is a very good feature, and again, 120 clicks. No, there's no wiggle room here on the bezel itself. It's very solid, and as you can hear, it's all just very solid. So let me take the watch out here and kind of show you some of the features here. This is not a chronograph feature, as you can see here. So this is a very simple timepiece. Let me refocus. There we go. This is a screw down crown, so that does help with water resistance. And you're going to twist it counterclockwise until you feel the click. Once you feel the click, the crown is now out. So this would be considered the first position. This is where you can wind the watch, and it is so silky smooth. And let me tell you, I have to actually put this up to my ear in order to even know that it's winding, because typically when you wind in automatic, you feel almost like it's like sand. This is just so smooth that you're almost just like, is this actually winding? It's just so quality. It's unbelievable. So that would be your first position. Your second position, which you'll hear here, okay? That's actually, I think that jumped right to the third. So let's go back to the first, then we go to second. There we go. Second position is going to be your date function. As you can see here, I actually should set this to right around 6 o'clock. That's usually your safe time to set dates, so that you're not busting anything within the mechanics here. That's what they say is the safe zone to set your date. So just remember that, because as you approach 10, 11 o'clock, there's going to be a lot of pressure on this particular date wheel, and you could cause some damage if in fact you feel that resistance. So at this point I feel no resistance at all, and we will now set the date again. So let's do, I'm back at the wind. Sorry, that's first position. I'm going to figure this out eventually. There we go. So we're setting a date here. Okay. So that's the second position. And of course the third position I showed you to get it to 6 o'clock. All right, so there we go. And then you press it in, and you kind of put a little bit of pressure on the crown, and you screw it back in very, very easily. Just like that. Until you feel a bit of resistance, and then you're done. So right here, as you may have seen in the James Bond movies, doesn't do what it does in the movies, but this is actually a helium release valve. You never want to utilize this underwater, but this is something where if you do a very deep dive, what happens is, and you'll have to be a professional diver to actually use this. An average Joe like myself and anyone that doesn't do diving professionally will probably never have to use this. But for those professional divers that go down, I don't know how many feet would justify this, but what happens is helium builds up within the case, and when you actually come back up from the water, there's a lot of pressure within this case. It's a lot of helium buildup. So once you are out of the water, you can then twist this to release the helium, and therefore your watch will not have that pressurization. Again, not an average Joe feature for a watch like this, but this is a professional diver's watch. So let's get to the back of the watch here. And as you can see, it's basically like a coin, a huge coin, because it is embossed. Here you've got it's like a matte type metal finish, but this is embossed. It's the seahorse, Seamaster with the Omega logo, and then you've got Planet Ocean written on the back there. Okay. This is a twist case, and the movement is beautiful. I have seen it. Okay. The links here, for this particular model, these are push pins. Some would say it's a negative. A watch at this price point, which brand new, is about the same price as they are now. So the big difference between the 2012 model and the models today is that the models today have the screws, and this particular model has the push pins. The other huge thing is this particular model has the aluminum bezel painted, and the brand new models have the ceramic, which is basically like scratch proof, where this can definitely get scratched. And then they also have a liquid metal version, which basically they melt the liquid in with ceramic, and they kind of just bond together so that it's even better than just the ceramic. The ceramic could possibly pop off. The liquid metal basically fuses the ceramic into the metal and makes it into one, and it just makes it so much more durable. So, you know, they don't make the orange model, so obviously you have to get an older model for right now to get this particular color, which I just absolutely love. So this just comes with a beautiful bracelet. Again, there's just no clankiness to it. It's very comfortable to wear. It is kind of a heavy watch, but it is comfortable, and it's very you can wear this with a suit, and you can wear this with a t-shirt. That's what I love about this watch. You can dress it up or you could dress it down. So let me finalize this, since I don't have the boxes with this. Oh, and by the way, you get the Omega logo on the crown. That's another added detail. And I don't know if you saw it or not, but you also get the HE, which is the chemical. There we go, right there. HE is the chemical name for the helium on the periodic table. Alrighty, so let's do a little bit of measuring here. This is indeed a 42 millimeter. I'm actually measuring here. I'm measuring 41 when you go around the bezel. I'm actually measuring more like 40. If you're just measuring, I'm sorry, if you're measuring the bezel itself, I'm getting 40. 42 would be basically, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it would be like, yeah, the case. So the case itself would be 42. If you want to incorporate the crown with the case, you're looking at about a 44. Your bracelet size here is, again, sorry, I'm just adjusting. We're looking at I'm getting a 21, I believe it's a 20. Let's take a look here. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back with you. So this is indeed a 20 millimeter bracelet, and case thickness, we are getting here right around a 15 millimeter. So again, not too thick. When you get the newer version with the exhibition case back, exhibition case back is basically a sapphire crystal that you could see the movement. That's when you're going to get a thicker than a 15, and that's just compensating for the thicker glass that's needed to continue the 2,000 foot water resistance. So you're going to get a definitely a narrower watch with an older one, or one that has the metal case back. So this is definitely my favorite watch in my collection. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe if you would like to see more reviews. And again, tune in to watch my Breitling Chronomat review, and I'm going to do many more. Some of the ones I've already done is the Tissot, Leloc, Powermatic 80, and I've also done an Omega triple date. So check that out. Thank you again for watching, and have a beautiful day.